I had a friend say to me, "You're not in the Apple ecosystem, you are the Apple ecosystem." Which is to say that while Apple Gear is my weapon of choice, it's not a blind choice, nor am I unwilling to focus my ire on Cupertino when they can't get their act together. It's a good time to be an Apple enthusiast. The iPad and the iPad Pro are the only tablet game in town. The iPhone SE is bringing new people to iOS with old fans who've grown tired of cheap Android handsets that are pale imitations of flagship models. The iPhone 11 Pro family has met and answered the big concerns we had, such as night shot, and Apple's computer lines are finally feeling good. The MacBook Air is a beast for the price, the 13-inch Pro is the perfect mid-range workhorse, and the 16-inch Pro outclasses the competition in the ultra-performance space when you look at real-life use and not just the spec sheet. The Mac Pro is a demon that's designed for companies and not people, and both the iMac and the iMac Pro are handling the desktop space with ease. The Mac Mini exists, that's all I'm going to say about it. Because it's not all sunshine and rainbow logos, here are 5 technologies where Apple is dropping the ball, and it owes it to users to pick up that ball this year. Siri. Siri isn't bad when considered in a vacuum. I can tell it to make FaceTime calls to contacts, to message people easily while in my car, and to ask what's on my schedule today or find out what the temperature is like outside. But when you consider Siri in context of Alexa and Google Assistant, it's an unmitigated disaster. Any contextual requests are usually botched, with Siri directing you to the web, and even then, the searches it suggests are terrible. Accuracy in voice seems to be getting worse as time goes on. Yesterday, despite being in the App Store on my Apple TV, with an app named Shutter as a popular download option, it was unable to discern Shutter from Shutter, opting for the latter each time. What strikes me about Siri is its utter lack of curiosity and total confidence. Rather than finding decision points in the things that we ask of it, it settles on a single answer, and that answer is almost uniformly wrong. Siri this year needs to grow. It needs to seek more information when a request is possibly uncertain. It needs to be conversational. I want to be able to talk to Siri, as an option, where I can set my priorities during the day and have it keep track of those, like a real assistant. Siri should be able to tie into my iCal and my Outlook calendar and hold my calls when I'm in meetings, do a better job of prompting me when it's time to do things, and just generally do a better job of facilitating my life. It's bad at all of these things right now, and Apple users are suffering because of it. Sign in with Apple is a game changer. It's a one-click login option from a company that I trust and that prevents my online profile from becoming more accurate and lets me actively kill that connection with one click. Apple needs to incentivize the use of this new protocol in a big way. Offer a bonus for app developers and websites that do, and make this the de facto login option for Apple users everywhere. I've got a single HomePod and Sonos system, and while the quality of both of these are relatively equal, the ease of use, music quality, and system flexibility lands firmly in the Sonos camp. If Apple wants to win this space, we need a less expensive HomePod in the same vein as the Sonos One, and for Apple to commit to other use cases. A HomePod soundbar with Atmos is a must, along with a subwoofer. An outdoor-rated HomePod would be a luxury. Sonos is throwing down the gauntlet with high-resolution audio starting on June 8th with the deployment of Sonos S2. HomePod is capable of great sound quality. It's time that they stepped up and made sure that users get it. AirPlay needs some work as well. Sonos creates a mesh network called SonosNet. When a device is plugged into a wired connection, that takes the pressure off your Wi-Fi network and ensures a smooth experience for grouping and playback. AirPlay frequently drops connection when the source moves away from the destination, and it almost feels like babysitting. It's amazing that Messages for Mac is so unloved. One of the key benefits of iMessage is feeling like your texts and iMessages are everywhere across all of your Apple devices. Messages for Mac is missing key features like message effects, emojis, stickers, and GIFs. Having to pick up your phone to send the message that you actually want to send doesn't feel very Apple, and they need to fix it. You can up your emoji game on a Mac easily by picking up an app called Rocket, which is a free app that lets you use emojis more like Slack with a trigger. But realistically, Apple needs to make that happen natively this year. I have a family iCloud subscription, and an Apple Music subscription, and an Apple News subscription, and an Apple Arcade subscription, and an Apple TV Plus. You get the point. It's time to get with the program, Apple. Put all of these under one roof. And give me a little love for being all in with the form of a discount. This one's a no-brainer, and it's time that you got with the program. So Apple is on a roll. The hardware is good. The operating systems are good. The software like iWork and their Pro apps are better than ever. These finishing touches can take Apple from great to truly exceptional for users in their ecosystem. 2020 is the time to do it.